Hi, this is Dr. Neal Schwartz. Today I'd like to take you on an adventure of the Society Coin Roadmap with the final intent of having you make a long-term investment in this project. Let's start from the beginning of the map over here. As a reminder, Society Coin is a learn to earn tokenized project where participants will come to the project for the cash and leave with the wisdom through multiple choice questions that follow a short 30-second video. So you see through the middle here, we have the chapters or the phases of the project. We'll start with the early adopter phase, then we'll do the demo phase. We're going to move into the advertiser phase, then the expansion phase, then the clinical impact phase. Reminder, this is a behavioral and sociological experiment, and we're looking for an actual clinical impact. Back here to the early adopter phase. We've already launched the token in the Solana ecosystem, and it's working well on the Radium exchange. We have tried Phantom Wallet onboarding with new investors and people who've never used crypto before, and we found many friction points that we hope to change as Phantom itself and the regulations of crypto evolve over the next year or two. We are now making the roadmap video. We made the demo video several weeks ago, and the tokenomic video is still pending. Very soon, we're creating a locked liquidity pool, so new investors can be reassured that early investors are locked up for at least a year or two. Then we're going to reward these staked 2-year investors so that everyone who enters this project knows that we're here for both the clinical impact and the financial gain, not one or the other. As we enter the demo phase, we're going to be sharing the idea at the major crypto conferences, including the Bitcoin conference and the Solana conferences. We are going to meet with top crypto YouTubers like George from Cryptos R Us, Rand from Crypto Banter, Carl from the Moon, Crypto Kid, The Suppleman, Alex Becker, Elio Trades, Hustle from Crypto Banter. We're going to show them this project, and I believe that they want to be in a project that has a clinical impact, not just another financial instrument. I believe all of these financial experts are begging to be into a project that makes a huge real world impact. I'm calling this an RWI sector for a reason. This is a real world impact. You're going to be able to see it immediately when we track the behavior modifications that can come from this learn to earn project. Sometime in the next 6 months, we're going to be launching the live demo with Play Money. This will give everyone a feel of how the clinical impact can potentially happen while watching videos and answering questions. After the demo works, we're going to meet with society-leading YouTubers like Konstantin Kisin, Sam Harris, Brett and Eric Weinstein, Chris Williamson, Jordan Peterson, Tom Bilyeu, and eventually Joe Rogan to show them an actual mechanism to improve society while incentivizing everyone to participate. To protect the payouts of our advertisers, we're going to create a know your customer protocol that is both user-friendly and effective. We're going to optimize our pay-per-view advertising deal using the demographic data. Our goal is to pay out $6 a day or $180 a month using the least amount of questions possible. The better deal we get on each pay-per-view ad, the less number of questions a participant has to answer to get their $6 a day. We are going to align with society-based companies. There are many companies that like to make profit and also improve society at the same time. They're going to find it easy to align with this company, and I believe more and more companies have this mission statement to do both, make profit and to improve upon our society. Deeper in this advertiser phase, we're going to try to continually optimize our pay-per-view to make less questions needed to achieve our $6 a day payout. We also have an idea of branded questions where larger advertisers can put their brands on the questions and actually offer up a question that they believe will help society. So if you have an idea of a question you wish everyone was paid to learn, you could actually offer your own word of wisdom as long as it meets the criteria of non-political, non-ideological, and the question is basically out of the dictionary as a what is blank. What is questions? In 2006, we're going to launch the game with payouts, with advertisers whose payouts are protected by our Know Your Customer protocol. We will begin the process of studying testimonials as participants play the game. At this time, we're entering the expansion phase. Phantom will eventually update their wallet to be able to take Apple Pay and Zelle and Venmo seamlessly. And when that happens, we are going to be able to expand very rapidly, as the friction point right now is simply getting people into Web3 and crypto tokenization. But when Phantom updates and connects with Apple Pay, Venmo, and Zelle, this is going to be seamless. It's coming soon. It's obvious. This is coming. In the expansion phase, multiple languages is an obvious expansion. We're going to use AI and other tools to get all of the questions and all of the answers into multiple languages and have an impact globally. Part of the expansion phase is also teaching how to do private social security or private retirement funds, where $6 a day and $180 per month can turn into a very large amount of money over 20, 30, and 40 years. We'll teach people how to either make their interest-bearing savings account themselves, or with further programming, we can create an auto savings mechanism where they get paid in society coins $6 worth, it goes into an account and then holds their savings with interest. We could also put them in a Bitcoin savings account for even larger amounts of gains. Eventually, in the expansion phase, with the product running and the advertisers paying out, we're going to then meet with governments to talk about the social impact of this project. It's obvious to me that once governments see that people are being incentivized to learn the basics of body, mind, and spirit, they could help in many ways. With grants for further programming, they could add payouts to double up the payout per day. They could even promote the private project to all the citizens as a way of both privatizing Social Security and almost like an earned basic universal income, where governments are helping to subsidize a project that helps society. The project's being run by a private company, but the government see the value and they give it the grant or the subsidy to make it great. We are going to be collecting testimonials of behavioral change. It's hard to tell if you're having clinical impact, but early testimonials will show us what is possible. And as participants play the game for several weeks and several months and get paid out, we're going to be asking them how it's changing their life and how it's changing their behavior. We shall see in the testimonials themselves. Once the project gets to critical mass and millions of people are playing the game, getting paid and becoming better, we can do sociological data checks of all parameters of society, including crime, including depression, including obesity. Body, mind, and spirit can easily be measured once we hit that critical mass of players in the project. Obviously, this is all the clinical impact phase of the roadmap here. We're going to try to prove clinical causation. Not only is crime, obesity, and depression going down in the future, but we're going to try to prove that it's a direct result of this project. And finally, once we prove clinical causation, we are going to celebrate a positive trend and outcome of our society in 2027. Early adopters are going to be rewarded both financially and karmically by being a part of a project that from the outset was very clear on having a positive clinical impact. And we are going to try to prove the hypothesis and have that clinical impact and celebrate it together. I hope you guys come join me for the ride. This is the adventure of Society Coin, and I hope it gets you excited to join in. Talk soon.